Yes, the title says no time for your daughter. Obviously, the title is completely different. But we are not actually referring of Daniel Craig, that old vintage Bond back in the time. But first thing I've got to actually mention is this has got some graphic, disturbing images, not very suitable for a very young audience to actually watch. I mean, this is about what my daughter likes to have. It's a lovely, fluffy, little cute kitten, yeah, with its little whiskers and its cute little eyes and its lovely little personality and all that lot, and the great little things it does by playing mummy and all that lot. Yeah, the loveliness of having a kitten for my daughter. And maybe she might not mind where I get this little kitten from. It doesn't matter if it comes from a waste barren land that is completely contaminated with something you don't know. A total wasteland. I mean, yeah, people might think that be not on. How could a cat, like a normal cat, could survive in that harsh environment? Or instincts of your brain will start kicking in and think that anything what survives in a desolate place and a dystrophy and just contaminatedly diseased, maybe a waste barren land, the best way to describe it. Would you have a kitten from that world? I mean, I wouldn't really think so. It could be off colour, definitely could be a zombie kitten, or it could be just entirely evil. Yeah, mostly your instincts think of wasteland and all that lot, zombies, because you will always know one thing about children, that they always know what a zombie is, and you got instincts with spiders and snakes that they could be poisonous, but you show a child something like friendly faces of zombies in childhood, they find it quite, they'll recognise that image and find it quite comical, but they are such alert that they do mean a certain danger. I mean, you tell a kid to make a zombie out of plasticine, and this is what one of the subjects you'll get, is beady eyes and sharp teeth and all that lot. They go to a birthday party, you guarantee a kid always wants to dress up as a zombie. Doesn't matter what, they always want to dress up as death. And yeah, you get the most common signs out, the big words saying zombie. Guarantee that's one of the first words a young child will always pick on, and they will always sense that actually means danger. And technically we are saying that zombies don't really exist, but this myth and awareness of zombies outbreaks and government places what are locked up hiding zombies, kids know these warning signs, and it's quite amazing. I'm asking what a zombie is. I don't know what a zombie is. Do you know what a zombie is? What's a zombie? What's a zombie?
Shut up and just go in there and do it.
No, I'm scared of zombies. What is a zombie? I'm scared. What are you doing? Zombies. Stop it. You don't even know what a zombie is. Jelly Girl, you don't know what a zombie is.
Shut up.
Jelly Girl, do you know what a zombie girl is?
Shut up.
Jelly Girl, do you know what a zombie is?
Shut up.
Why are you telling me to shut up?
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Why? That is terrible. Scaring me with noises like that. It's awful. Why? Ah, zombie. Can I ask you a question again?
No.
Jelly Girl, what is a zombie?
Shut up and let's do it already. I want to leave. And now get off. And you can play with me tomorrow.
Oh, right. So you're not telling me what one is?
Just do it already, man.
Alright. Is it a father's duty to tell his daughter what a zombie is?
Pick one to jump on.
So this is practicing about me killing zombies then? Is this the training I
Just do the
need?
maze.
Yeah, I'm training to do what you keep saying. I'm going on this zombie game and I don't know what to do.
Just
What?
get to the finish line where all the husks are.
Alright, so if I jump on this one and die...
You fail.
Yeah, I gathered. So, which one do I jump on now?
I can't tell you the answers.
Why? Why can't you help me
Because that's
cheat?
cheating.
Yeah, but...
No!
Oh, I failed. I'm not going to be good on this zombie game you're going to put me on. And you don't know what a zombie is.
Shut up!
What's a weakness on a zombie?
Shut up!
Why are you telling me to shut up for? No, I'm being serious, Jelly Girl.
The maze will start in 10.
Right.
Get back there.
Right. So,
No,
zombies.
come back. It hasn't started yet.
I don't know.
The maze will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Right, zombies. Right, I can't kill them. So I'm going to ask you the question. The history of zombies, Jelly Girl.
Shut
What?
up!
Where do zombies
There,
come?
I muted you so you can't ask questions anymore. The more you ask, the longer you have to wait in the starting area.
Right. I'm asking you normal civil... Melissa.
170,
Jelly Girl, I have asked you...
Go!
Jelly Girl, I have asked you a proper serious question. What is a zombie? Is it a person?
Poor Alpha
Can you have a zombie as a best friend?
3, 2, 1, go!
Right. I don't get this. Right, am I going to get
You're gonna have
past
to do some
that?
fancy quick
and that.
footwork to get past there.
Right, 1, 2, 3. I can't see. Oh, I fell off. I survived. I had to meet more zombies. What is a zombie?
Oh, you survived.
Yeah, I survived, but I don't know what a zombie is. Help me, help me.
You did a point. There you go.
Oh, I'm dead.
I said.
Yeah, that did look so sweet, playing the game with your daughter. But a lot of people love the comedy and dressing up as a zombie. I mean, would there be zombie relationships if you came actual a zombie? What would it be like if you was a zombie? I mean, the spirit of Christmas and Halloween and stuff would be gone, but would it be cool to be a zombie? Or would you like to be a human surviving in it? I mean, yeah, you think of armoured vehicles with machine guns going around your neighbourhood you were brought up in, shooting all your friends, your neighbours, because they're already dead and stuff. Would that be fun? I mean, imagine if you had your parents with you. I mean, could you look after them in that environment because they're old? Or you had somebody disabled with you? Would you like to drag them around in this environment and look after them and take care? Knowing you had a forest for stuff and that. And worse, whopping if you have a child with you. I mean, would that be a great environment for you really seriously think it cool? Because they actually say that the dead are just the dead, but in most programs it's the living you've got to be aware of, because human race has a survival instinct.
Looks like you have to start from the beginning.
Start where at the beginning? Oh.
Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and you'll need this if you want to win.
Oh, right. Oh, I ain't got room. Oh, I ain't got room.
That's so sad. Go!
Can I hit that?
Big 1, 2,
Oh,
3.
oh, I fell! Oh, I'm doing very well on this.
Yes, you are not.
Right. Ow, 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 ow! Oh, right. So, play the zombie game. I don't know how to play this. You need to explain what a zombie is.
You have to go to the finish.
Yeah, but I don't know what a zombie is.
Haha. I'm already there waiting. Alright, yeah.
How do you kill a zombie?
You use a sword, and it isn't a zombie, it's a horse.
A horse? Alright. But I thought there were zombies. Ah! A zombie!
Ah, a horse.
It's not, it's a zombie to me. Ah, it killed me. What do zombies want to do? A cuddle?
Will you be able to complete the maze?
I don't know if I'm going to complete the maze.
Totally murder killing. Bring! Oh, okay, let's teleport it back now. You.
Oh.
No sound effects used. Me. Oh, he's almost at the right time. Oh, he's doing it. Use your sword.
I've got one. I've got a stick. Yeah, but they ate it. Zombies eat swords. I know that. I think.
You've defeated all of the zombies. No. Yes.
I'm trying to get them all.
Oh look, you defeated all of the zombies. Hooray.
Yay! I did.
Now to defeat the
I
big
died.
boss.
What boss?
Yes, now that you completed the maze by killing all the husks, I
Yeah.
have another challenge for you.
What's that?
If you want to be a pro in Minecraft, you have to defeat the boss.
Defeat the boss on Minecraft. Right, okay.
Every single boss in Minecraft. From the
Okay.
wither, well, yeah.
Yeah.
From the wither to your greatest fear. What's your biggest fear?
You. Zombies.
In real life, what's your biggest
Zombies.
fear? What
Zombie-
else is your biggest fear in real life apart from
Zombie invasion.
Apart from that.
More zombie invasions.
Apart from anything beginning with zombies or invasions.
Zombie apocalypse.
No, I said nothing related to zombies.
Alright, ghouls.
Apart from monsters.
No. The Walking Dead.
Cucumber. Huh?
Walking Deads.
That's still zombies.
Yeah, I know, and that's what ghouls are.
Never mind. What's the things that you hate in life?
Zombies.
Apart from anything beginning with Z, D, or anything, any letter in the alphabet.
I'm gonna annoy you again. The Walking Dead.
Time to have an advert by Mutant Alpha.
Adverts?
Hello, would you like to buy some shampoo, amethyst, wooden boats, piano tables, or obsidian? Well, guess what? You can. By going to the Vintage Trading Shop. They got half deals, quarter deals, kilo deals, good deals, bad deals, amazing deals. Where you give Sammy ammo to faster. Go there now. Yes, it's in a nice fridge. Nice mixer spoon. Yeah. You can go there now or at any time between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m.
What zombie movies have you
It's time
watched?
for you to make the biggest meal. Yeah, you're gonna do it. You're gonna maybe feed it.
What zombie
Are
film
you
did
ready
you
to
watch?
fight your biggest fear in the game?
What zombie film did you watch?
Are you ready to beat the biggest, well, your biggest fear in the game?
What's my biggest fear on the game?
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, go on.
Record this though.
What? Oh no!
You have to record.
Oh, why?
Are you recording?
Yes. So, very sweet watching me and my daughter play. But yeah, any culture around the world, any different country would say, you show any of these images, and they will definitely know what you're actually on about. But is it some secret desire of the human race? When we watch a zombie movie, does our survival instincts kick in? Or even more realistic when we play video games with zombies, especially now they're getting more graphic and all that lot. Do we get the notion like, it just aspires the human race to do this? So yeah, so here's a bit more footage of me and my daughter, a bit more advance on the zombies.
As soon as everyone is evacuated,
What we're
you
gonna
will fall
do?
back as well. The throne room is the safest place,
What?
and we must protect the king and his guests. To defend against zombies, place traps along the path. Different traps can be placed in different locations, like the floor, walls, and ceiling. Placing traps costs mana. You will gain mana by defeating the enemies. Over time, you will get new traps through unlocking different achievements. Now, go get them!
Right, I'm Bond.
No, you're not.
I am. I have got
No.
a tuxedo.
Liar.
I am Bond.
Liar.
I am
Liar.
Bond with my daughter. Yes.
You are not aim on. You
am.
are a pathetic loser.
I'm not a Bond. I can fight
Are you
zombies.
ever fight the zombies? I'm
Right.
the big four.
I'm ready. Right. Oh, blimey. Zombies. What do I do? Shoot them.
Baby, we're supposed to attack them before they attack you.
Oh. Look at myself. Right.
Hey, no!
Oh, wow.
Wagga!
Where's Q? I need my secret gun.
Stop it! I hate you when you do that!
I'm sorry,
I just
but
want you to be a normal, stupid person!
I
Now
am a
stop
normal,
it! Stop
stupid
acting like a
person.
baby! Stop not being yourself! I like who you are!
Oh,
Not
do you?
this.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Not you! I'm at my normal ad!
Oh, right.
Addy! Paddy!
I will have a paddy, yes.
I want normal Addy app.
Right.
I want normal dad back! Not you! Not James Bond! Not anyone else!
Right.
I want Addy! Not you!
Bond.
I don't want you to be Bond! I don't want Bond! I never wanted Bond! I wanted you! Ad!
Oh,
Normal
that's nice.
ad!
Yes, not what James Bond. He
And
gets
if you
himself
won't
blown up.
act like a normal ad, you're not my ad!
Oh, right.
You're
okay.
no one! If you act like him!
Oh,
No
dear.
one to me!
Alright. There's zombies coming.
I know, I don't know James Bond, but I do know my ad.
Oh, right. Oh, that's sweet. Yes.
So act like him now, or you never see me again.
Oh, blimey, that's drastic.
Hey! 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 Look out for the crawly ones that don't have any legs!
Yes.
Yay! We did it!
Yes, that looked a lot of fun. And it'd be exciting seeing all them zombies getting massacred and killed and all that lot. But the really cruel, heartless thinking of that is the origins of the real zombies. It's all to do with slavery. And yeah, you can have that mental image in your head thinking about slavery when a lot of people in Africa were taken away from their lands and forced to work in the cotton fields at a certain country. Yeah, the good old USA. But it wasn't them at first. Yeah, in Africa, the Arabs went over there first, catching poor innocent Africans and bringing them into ports. Then later on, other European countries came along and started shipping them out into these confined, horrible spaces over the ocean and all that lot. Then when they finally made port, these plantation owners, what are dealing tobacco and sugar was one of the big things at that time. And yeah, I'm thinking about it now, there's still slave labour going on in these days, but yeah, at the time all these slaves had some glimmer or sort of hope of forming a religion, yeah, their own. Now the most popular one that would always mention is voodoo, but there was another one as well, but voodoo is the one we associate with zombies. And with the first zombie movie with the word zombie, White Zombie. What are you gonna say? It was directed by Victor Albron. And Edward, his brother as well. Albron, yeah. they used other sets from other films when they finished with them, so that's why it kept costs really cheap, because it was a low budget film. The film might have got some inspiration from William Sherbrooke's Magic Island in 1929. He was an anthropologist but went to Haiti and he later on committed suicide. Inspired Kenneth Webb to do a Broadway play in theatres. What does inspire very famous people like George A. Romero later on with zombies and all that lot. But now we're moving with Bela Lugosi. Yeah, he's in this film. He's more famous for getting buried in his suit dressed up as Dracula because he played Dracula. So we're moving on to the movie now, and we all stars with famous actors like Madge Bellamy, Joseph Cornfone, Robert Fraser. So the movie starts with a young couple in a stagecoach, Madeline and Neil. They're off to their wedding because obviously they're not superstitious about seeing the bride before the groom and all that nonsense. Nah, they ain't bothered about that. But getting a free wedding's not a problem. But some strange circumstances happens when they get to the road, and Madeline asks the driver what's going on. The driver explains, well, what they do is bury the dead in the middle of the road to stop body snatchers pinching the bodies because there's so many witnesses on the roads. Then we see Bela Lugosi's strange eyes with strange special effects as the driver comes riding up to this mysterious stranger and briefly asks for directions to Monsieur Beaumont's mansion. But they are zombies walking down the hill, and Bela Lugosi just ignores the driver and just stares at Madeline. But the zombies are approaching and everyone's scared. But Bela Lugosi just grabs Madeline's scarf, and the driver thinks, I'm out of here, I'm getting off. So he just rides off with the horse and cart. Madeline and Neil have finally get to their location.
They are not men, monsieur. They are dead bodies. Dead? Yes, monsieur. Zombies. The living dead. Run! Here they come! Excuse me, please. What you got to make? Did I frighten you? I'm sorry. I'm hungry enough, I suppose.
We see a butler called Silver. Then we're introduced to Dr. Brunner, what's been on the island for 30 years as a missionary, and he says something strange.
I suppose you think I'm a regular old fool, isn't it? Well, I've seen a video better that you clear out of this place after marriage. It had nothing more to do with Mr. Beaumont.
So we're introduced to Mr. Beaumont, what's given the promise to Madeline that Neil is going to get a good job out of this at his plantation. But he's more bothered about some visitor what's coming to pick him up, and he's going to meet him. And this person's got a German medal for some reason. Neil's a little bit suspicious, as you would do, as Mr. Beaumont gets on where they're getting married soon. But where's he going? He's off out somewhere with this strange person, and he looks very odd. So we get the sugary plantation here. And around the time in 1932 the censor board wasn't around then until a couple of years later. So this scene was classed as very violent, and there is nudity in this as well, if you may class it for 1932. But this scene has this poor unfortunate worker what falls into a moving handheld blender, and he gets all minced up. And poor Mr. Beaumont witnesses this as that zombie just gives him reassurance to introduce him to his master. Yes, it's yeah. Now he introduces himself and wants to shake his hand, but he ignores it, and is more or less, what do you want? Do you want some zombies for your plantation? And he's saying, no, there's this woman. Oh, the woman I met on the street. Yes, that woman. Yeah, I would love to have her and do anything. I'm obsessed over her. And he's like, well, calm down, mate. I mean, what, whisper something in the ear. I've got a good idea for you, woman. What, you a zombie? No, that's gross. Yeah, but don't worry, sir. Just give her a bit of this day rate drug or whatever you want to call it. Just a tiny little bit, put it in some wine or a flour, and she'll be yours. And he was chuffed as bits after that. So now we're moving on to the censor scene, as this could be classed as 1932's nudity. Very raunchy. So now we move on to an organ player. The Silver's putting a rose on everything, and we've got our creepy Mr. Beaumont trying to convince Marilyn not to get married, and he's saying, I'll give you anything at all, don't marry him, we can run away together. And she's saying, don't spoil it. So he goes and gets this rose, and she snorts it and the butler seems a bit worried. What has he done? So the wedding goes on, well, no problem, as Mr. Beaumont watches them holding hands, and the wedding seems lovely, but yeah, Beaumont is so raged with jealousy. But Ballymagorcy is outside, and it's like a silent movie. Set one thing you're going to hear. So Ballymagorcy looks at this effect and thinks, buy it, they should have spent a bit more money on it. Oh wait on, they have! As we see this strange vulture, whatever ego it is, Ballymagorcy makes this strange figure. So we go to the dinner table as Neil says something strange to Marilyn and says, read me my fortune, my fair gypsy woman, or whatever. And she says, there's so much love. And then she looks in the glass and we see Ballymagorcy. Yeah. And she says, too much love you can handle on that. But she's more or less saying, I see death. As we focus onto Ballymagorcy playing with wax and burning it for some strange reason. And then Marilyn sort of faints in Neil's arms and he's going, oh no, what did I know? And then we see Ballymagorcy's eyes, and then we think, Marilyn, what are you doing? And yeah, she dies as we see Ballymagorcy as a great close-up, him smiling, and yeah, she snuffed it. So she gets buried in her tomb as we go to Neil, and this strange imaginary shot is quite strange. As we see him at a bar, and you just see shadows, and yeah, there's this strange effect as we see Marilyn calling out his name, going, oh Neil, oh Neil! And Neil just does this randy, weird, dry humping against the wall, and he's like, he's got some strange look in his face, and he's like, ugh. So we go to the graveyard and you hear that bleeming that noise dog again. So Ballymagorcy introduces Mr. Beaumont that these are his servants, and he goes through the history how he got them all. Like Magor was his own master, and he goes to Mongera, who fought against his spells but lost. To Marquis, to Chevet, the executioner, what was going to execute Ballymagorcy's character, but somehow he said he got out of it by putting him in a trance, and then he shows us by doing something with his hands, and then all of a sudden the zombies go into the tomb, and they drag the coffin out of Marilyn, and they place the coffin on the stairs and open the lid to reveal Marilyn's face. And then we hear Mr. Beaumont's face going, oh Marilyn, oh yeah, oh what's that noise? Oh no, it's Neil, he's horny and he's drunk, we better get out of here. But what, you gonna have me as zombies? Look, we just gotta go. You put her back in the coffin, we're gonna go. So the army of zombies leave as we hear Neil moaning that I want in the army, I want it, Madeline, where are you? I want it. And then realises the door's open. So we get this shot, what is a very long shot where Neil is moaning that he kissed Madeline when she was dead and she was cold, and this is a guy scrounging for matches saying she might be alive. So we see a map painting, and then we see the wonderful sets from other films. Obviously they used a lot of other sets from other movies. So Mr. Bowman goes over and he gets this necklace, and he goes over to Madeline, which playing the piano, and she's playing it very perfectly and all that lot. So he puts a necklace over her neck and looks down her neck or whatever. It's somewhat weird he does. Anyhow, Ballymagorcy goes, are you happy and all that lot? And he starts complaining, I want her to be happy and gay. And he's going, well, what's wrong? She's lifeless and stuff and all that. I want her to be happy. Well, the only way is send her back to the grave, but if she snaps out of it, she's going to remember what you did. And you don't want that. She'll hate you for it. But Mr. Bowman goes, I don't care. I want her back. Anyhow, Silver the butler comes in, and he offers... got the wine out, and Ballymagorcy mentions that little brief thing he said about sniffing a flower or a sip of wine, just a tiny bit, and then he realises, you have, haven't you? You've done it on me now, haven't you? And he goes, of course I have, yes, I've got other plans for Madeline. And then Mr. Bowman goes to his servant, get him, sort him out, and he does, but something happens, he's a servant, as he can't stare at Ballymagorcy, but he does, and he's in some weird trance, as we are going to witness the first pile up of zombie kills as the Nazi zombie and the executioner zombie comes in, and all the rest of them come in, and we're just going to give them names like that. So the executioner zombie gets hold of Silver, our first malicious zombie kill, and no, he don't eat him, and yeah, Mr. Bowman don't do bugger all, and then the rest of the zombies just pick the butler up and carry him off somewhere on this wonderful set and throw him in the drink, and that's all we actually see, and then they wander off. Anyhow, next thing, Ballymagorcy does that hand bit as we hear that horrible screeching noise. You see animal cruelty as a poor bird is super glued on the window ledge. So the vicar and Neil are with a witch doctor, and the witch doctor says, can you send that young Neil away? He's sexually frustrated, he's creeping me out, right? So he tells the old vicar about the land of the living dead, and it's run by this bloke called Murder. So the vicar thinks that's a good place to go looking for Madeline. So they go over there. So you see this vulture bird parrot being nailed to a branch.
Sound of voices, all of us covered over the house of the living dead.
So the old gentleman goes to the castle. Madeline comes out on the balcony and just stares out as these two French maids are a bit baffled. Why this movie's going all weird and complicated with all these fades out where it goes all split screen. And this is when Neil wakes up and he's going, Madeline, I'm horny. And then we get to these French maids what are not happy dressing a zombie up and want to run away. But then we cut to Neil going, I'm horny, and he nearly falls in a well. And we see a good shot at water as he walks through this set. So we find out that Mr. Bowman is more or less going to silent act, and he doesn't speak now because he's flipped to the drug. And this is Murder now. We know Ballymagorcy's name now, and he's upset he's done this because he didn't shake his hand, and that's why he's done it for. So Neil is walking through all this set of all these other movies, and they're getting the money's worth, like filming the water and all that lot. And Neil walks through, and yeah, on top of them stairs, he gets a bit tired and he thinks, "Oh, I'm going for a kip." So he does. And then Mr. Murder goes up and has a look at him and just stares at him. And he does that famous weird hand gesture. And then we have a big horrible close-up of him again. And yeah, he summons Madeline. And she just sort of like gets up and she goes through all this set. We're just seeing it with Neil going by, but we're going to watch Madeline do it as well. And she walks past Neil and she goes all the way down. Now this movie goes like proper silent movie. It's just done by the music and facial expressions from Murder, as we have this facial expressions of Mr. Bowman, like a sympathy look, as Marlene's still got a cold look and she grabs a knife and she goes up the stairs, and we see Mr. Bowman's look again as Marlene is like holding this knife up looking at Neil, and she looks like she's going to stab him, but it's like she sort of like looks up and looks down and she hesitates and all this lot. Mr. Murder's evil eyes, and you see his hands like gripping really tight, like he's willing her to do it, and then this hand comes out of this curtain and grabs the knife, and then something odd, because it's not a typical zombie, Marlene just looks confused and runs down the stairs, literally, and then Mr. Bowman looks confused, but he's a zombie. Neil wakes up out of his whatever and he shouts out Marlene. Marlene runs across this set and comes into another set, and then she looks like she's going to commit suicide, but Neil convinces her not to do it, and by literally grabbing hold of her and more or less mentioning about, you know, it's our wedding night. Mr. Murder's come behind him, and instead of doing anything, he just more or less summons these zombies, and then all the zombies pile up behind. Neil confronts him and he's asking about what they are, and he says like they're for him, but Neil is not afraid because obviously he has something very crafty. This guy is armed and dangerous with his revolver, and he starts shooting them. And then this in the censor board was you actually see a bullet hole hit the executioner zombie, and he keeps on firing. You know, it just goes crazy shooting at these zombies. And yeah, it's not that rule when you shoot them in the head, shoot them actually dead. That hasn't been invented. Yeah, he just goes absolutely ballistic with this one. Starts shooting at these slow-pacing zombies coming towards him, and he keeps on blasting away. And yeah, we get a close-up of the executioner as they're all surrounding, and he's just, yeah, he runs out of bullets, doesn't he? As he's actually close to the edge of the cliff, and they're all marching really slow at him. We see a shadow of this character, and we find out it's our long missing vicar. He tells him to duck like that, and the zombies just march off the cliff like lemmings. It's just so done very quick as the zombies all fall off the cliff. And then we're worried about Marlene doing the same, but she doesn't. We have a close-up of her and she like looks confused, and then she looks, ooh, smiles. Neil looks a bit, what? Hey? What? Marlene? You're alive! And she strokes his face and she's more or less going, oh no. And then Mr. Murder wakes up, and then she's back as a zombie again. And they're a bit confused what happened, so they go and confront him. Then we hear that damn bird again as Murder does that Darth Vader grip hold on that. So Mr. Bowman saves the day by throwing Mr. Murder off the cliff, and then Mr. Bowman decides to commit suicide as well, as Marlene just looks at disgust and thinks, oh wait on, I just have a close up and have a weird smile and look at Neil and like everything's okie dokie and the couple are back together. Then we have the funny moment where he asks for a bleeding match and he says, no, I ain't got one, get your own matches. So the movie ends then with a comical joke about smoking and not buying your own matches or something. So there might be an alternate ending where he says, I'm not really a vicar, you're not really married. So Neil throws him off the cliff to have a bit of alone time with Marilyn, says, we can get up to our wedding night. And then she goes, we're not married. And he goes, I want a divorce, we're not married. And maybe that could be a comical joke how the movie ends. So were zombies are popular as a classic monsters? No, it didn't hit off. Not like films like Bela Lugosi with the famous Dracula movie. Then we come to the famous mummy films, done by Boris Karloff as a stiff competition to Bela Lugosi. But yeah, them two actors did star together in a film called Black Cat. We've got the most classic film like The Wolfman, but them two actors again did play this famous part, a walking corpse, bit like a zombie, we all know it now. But yes, this monster didn't have a name, but yeah, we all know it as Frankenstein's monster. But did it inspire the legend of the zombies? But because this guy, Rob Zombie, must have loved this film because he actually named his group White Zombie. And we're going to leave this to the end now.
Goodbye!
Bye, have a great time.